Friends, how you doing today? Okay, yep. Let's talk about the opening ceremony of the Olympics. So, the travesty that happened last week, earlier this week, or whatever. So let me just put a disclaimer here. I'm gonna tell you right now, there are many people that I know that are gay or that do not at all agree with what happened. So this is not a dig in anybody that's of that the transsexual, gay, or anything like that. There are many people, family members, and people I know from the outside family members that they're gay and they do not at all agree with that. So this is not at all a blanket statement against everybody of different sexual orientation, but this is comment about what that was and why that's disturbing. And it's what's more disturbing is there are a lot of people who say, oh, it's no big deal. I don't know why you're getting riled up. Look, this is not a one-time isolated event. And don't tell me, well, it's the French government, so that has nothing to do with the United States, because this is a worldwide thing. Because we got plenty of that action and nonsense here in the United States. Two things are disturbing. The obvious dig at Christianity. In this case, specifically Catholicism with the Last Supper, but Christianity in general. And, of course, the sexual, threesome. There's two disturbing factors about this. It's mind-boggling that somebody in today's day and age, well, I shouldn't say that, because today's day and age, anything goes. But to think you would never thought this growing up, this type of nonsense and diabolical sickness would be presented something like an Olympics. Look, let's talk about what the Olympics are. The Olympics is supposed to be an event that is devoid of religion, politics, or anything. You're supposed to have respect for everybody. This is not an event where you have an agenda or you try to push an agenda. This is an event where everybody comes together. Sporting event, put your differences aside for 2 weeks. I'm not saying you can't have religious beliefs. Of course not. I'm saying this is not a place where this is pushed. Okay, somebody might say a prayer or opening ceremonies, that's fine. But this is not specifically about anything like that. Politics. This is to be 2 weeks where the world comes together in that. It has been traditionally for hundreds of years now. We get together, all the countries, for a wholesome sporting event. All different events of talent, amateur talent. Of course, nowadays a lot of pro players being paid play, but I'm not going to get into the specifics of that. The Olympics is supposed to be a worldwide event. Everybody enjoys time together. Where the hell did sexual deviancy and weirdness have to come into this? Forget the fact that it's a dig on Christianity, which seems to be a very big thing by the left-wing woke. And I'll give examples of that, okay? What beyond this one? Forget that very specific part. And them trying to sit there and say we weren't trying to cut anybody down. Oh, stop the nonsense. A lot of people afterward even admitted they were. So stop the nonsense, all right? Forget that very big factor. What are you doing putting sexual shit right there on TV when kids are going to be looking at this at the Olympics as well? Young kids, 8, 10, 12 years old, will be looking. What are you doing? This is not an event of theatrical weirdness. This is a sporting event. It's supposed to be. We have wholesomeness and play games together. Not sit there and push your agenda about sexual connotations and threesomes and cutting down religion. What is your mindset? Where's this that has nothing to do with the event? That's what's boggling, to think that there's no problem here. What are you trying to say? As a government, the French government, what are you trying to say? What is the left wing trying to say? Don't think, oh, that's them. We did it in this country last year during the damn Pride Month, which is a travesty in itself, the way it's presented. We had a bunch of people, it just wasn't on a national stage, but it was here, went down to the LA Dodgers baseball game, dressed up as Catholic nuns, called themselves the Sisters of Perpetual, I'm forgetting the name right now, but they basically dressed up as Catholic nuns, and they were transsexuals and trying to mock Catholicism as Catholic nuns, dressed up like that. Ridiculous. The same idea. And then at first, the Dodgers wouldn't allow them to be there, but then they caved in because all political correctness. It was called Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. Just disgusting. So we did it here last year. So don't say, oh, that's only the French government, or somebody tried to tell me on Facebook some string, or has nothing to do with that. Bullshit. This is exactly what the left wing, the deep left wing, ultra-liberal, left-wing woke crap wants to push. It's all about pushing an agenda. That's what's scary about this. It's all agenda. They have no boundary. You see, at the Olympics, the last time that people kneeling, it was only the United States doing it. Team kneeling, the soccer team kneeling, pushing their agenda and all this. The left doesn't understand boundaries, all right? To them, anything is game. And no, it's not true. They think that everybody's supposed to accept their extreme way of thinking. Don't you realize that by doing this stuff, you're offending different people? You don't obviously care. You talk about equality and fairness, but yet you sit there and openly do something you know is going to offend a group of people that thinks differently than you, and you have no problem doing it because you're picking the wrong place to do it. There's a place and time for everything. Everything in its proper time. Like in the Bible. Time for sowing, time for laughing, time to die. There's everything in its proper place. The left doesn't understand that. To them, anything, any event is game to them. Wrong. I'll give you an example of my example. I have 2 Facebook pages. My normal Facebook page, which you're seeing this on, which I will put talks like this. I'm not as political as I used to be, but I put a lot of other things. You'll see music on there, pictures of cats and cakes and tasty things and jokes, and talks like this, moral talks and talks about events. But I also have a music board, which I've had for a year and a half, which a lot of you know about, called Ivory Memories with Rick. On that board, because I know my place, there's no religion, no politics, no hate, no this, no controversy, no pictures of anything. There's only music, my music and my friend's music. Whoever wants to put music on there, talk about music only. Why? Because there's a time and a place for everything. I know that that's not a place. It's not that I don't have belief in religious beliefs, because obviously I do. It's not that I don't welcome people's political opinions, because I do, but not on that board. Somebody tried doing that last week and I took it down. Only because that's not the board is a music board only. If I do that, I'm going to start to turn a lot of other people off. That's not the point of that. The point is to enjoy music. I don't care where you come from. I don't even want to know what you stand for. It's not about that. It's about getting together and playing music. Just like the Olympics is about getting together with sports, putting all your differences aside, keeping your freaking politics aside, your hate for this one, your dislike for that one. It's not there to bring agendas and how you can't mock this religion and sexual weirdness. That's not what that's for. Okay? That's not what that's for. You want to go to some weird club and do that shit in Boston or New York or something like that? Have at it. That's not the place for it. That's the problem with the left wing. They have no boundaries. We've seen that. They don't care what event it is. If you're going to push your agenda, they're going to do it. Even on the world stage. And that's the problem. Well, there's a lot of problems with that, but that's the main problem, is there is absolutely no respect for somebody who has a different way of thinking. They don't care. And any type of mocking religion, look, they wouldn't do that to Muslims that have terrorist actions. They wouldn't do it to any other religion but Christianity religion. Why? Because the Christian religion is the main focus, the main enemy of the left-wing woke. That's why. It's the enemy here in this country, and it's the enemy in this world. So that's my talk for the day. That was disgusting. I'm not mad. I'm not surprised. I'm not mad because I'm not surprised. Nothing surprises me anymore with the left wing. Absolutely nothing. And for a bunch of people to come on and say it's no big deal is even more disturbing. But I'm not surprised. It's the society we live in. And we have allowed this, a lot of people, by being very complacent and letting that type of behavior spawn. All right? You let Pandora's box out, it's going to be very difficult to get it back. That's my talk for the day. God bless and have a great day.